macOS Shortcuts and ChatGPT is so cool when combined. Let me show you. Welcome back to the channel. So here we go. With macOS Tahoe or macOS 26, whatever you want to call it, there's a ton of cool features that came out, but one of the coolest is the actual macOS Shortcuts app that we all have built into macOS, how it's actually able to use AI now. And not only AI, I'm going to show you some examples with specifically ChatGPT to kind of trigger information that you want by a click of a button every single day. It's just a really simple method here, but it's super cool. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to start with the very basics. It's going to literally take you 2 minutes to set something up that's super useful to yourself. And as soon as you see the process here, you're going to start thinking, how can I use this every single day? I feel this is more important to show you the basics first, and then we'll do some more advanced videos later that are going to show you the true power of this. But when you see these simple ones here, you're going to start, I'm telling you, you're going to start right away and use this today, and it's going to be pretty cool. You're going to see how it's all done right here. All right, before we get started, in order to use this method, you need to do a couple things to set up first. Really easy. This is going to take literally 30 seconds. So take a look at my screen over here. What you want to do over here is you want to go up, obviously, you want to hit the little Apple icon and you want to go to System Settings. I actually have it open right here. Once you're in System Settings, go to Apple Intelligence and Siri. See this little button? And click on that, all right? So in here, you're going to go all the way down here to Extensions, and you're going to see ChatGPT here. And you want to click on this little arrow here on the right. Click on that. You just want to make sure this is enabled here. So see how it's actually checked, it's enabled, it's not, it's blue. So make sure it's slided over. Use ChatGPT here, and then also confirm requests. You can actually, this is optional, but you can go ahead and click this if you want. But also just make sure you actually have this over here selected. Now, if you have an account with ChatGPT, you're paying for it, you can go ahead and, obviously, slide it in right here if you want to. So that's important. You don't need that though. This is going to help you a ton, trust me. And so once you make sure that that's actually set up, this process will actually work for you. So some people may not see it. They're going to be like, what happened? Well, you have to do that first just to make sure you have it enabled. Okay, step number 2, we're going to go ahead and launch macOS Shortcuts. Take a look at my screen over here. We're going to go down to the dock, click on Apps here, and then we're just going to scroll all the way down here until we find Shortcuts. It should be in alphabetical order. It's actually right here. See it right there? We're going to click on that. It's going to open up this app here. I'm going to go ahead and resize this so you can all see it here. Actually, see if I can grab it from the side here. Sometimes this is a little bit difficult, but we're going to make it about that big, all right? So you can take a look, and I'll zoom in on this if I need to. All right, so you might come in here. You might actually see the gallery first here, and this is going to be like it's going to load in this gallery here. It's got all these kind of preset kind of shortcuts in here. We're not going to deal with that. What I want you to do is go to All Shortcuts. You may have nothing in here because you've created nothing in here, and I have a whole bunch that I've been fooling around with, so I'm going to have a whole bunch in here. But once you're in All Shortcuts, go over here to the plus symbol, see it right here. Click on the plus symbol, and now this is our programming field. Take a look. It floats on top here. So we're going to put our actions in here to create this first program. And let me just show you how easy this is. Literally, like I said, 2 minutes from when you get here, once you get it all set up. I mean, it's going to take less than that, actually. So let's just do our first example. I'm going to show you 4 of them, and then we're going to talk about some other examples at the end of this. So you got to stay tuned for the end of the video as well. So here we go. Let's start with this. So the very first thing we want to do is in here, we want to go over here to this little search bar, and we're going to type in use model, all right? See that? This is going to show up here, and we're going to double click on it. So it's going to say right here, use private cloud compute model. And again, we double clicked on this, it added this to the program. Now, private cloud compute is Apple's, it's Apple's version of Apple Intelligence. We're not going to use that for this example. You can use that, trust me, and it can do a lot of cool things. We'll do other videos on this, trust me, it's so cool. But right now, what you want to do is type in, where it says use, click on private cloud compute, and go down to extension ChatGPT. Since we've enabled it, you'll see it in here, and click on that. Now it says use ChatGPT, and you can see now there's a request field right here. See where it says request? So you can type in anything you want here. So any question you have, anything you want to have it gathered daily for you, it'll actually spit this out. And now, granted, this is a really quick example. I'm going to do 3 other ones, and then we're going to talk about exactly what you can do with this. But the first thing, instead of typing in, I just copied this. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this in. But what I wanted to say here is give me stock pricing. And again, usually I would just type this in, but I just pasted it. It says give me stock pricing on the following stocks: Duke, Apple, Southern Company, and NVIDIA. Also give me the day's gain so that, in a separate column. So the beauty with this thing is you can ask it anything. And then if it doesn't come out the way you want it to, you can keep asking it until you keep changing this box here until you get it exactly right. And let me explain here. So the first thing is we put this question here. But if I go ahead and run this, and we'll run it in a second, it's going to give me that information, but it won't give me that information in the request that we want. So the second thing we want to do here is going to be show content. So we go back over to this little box over here. We're going to type in show content, just like that, all right? You're going to see this little program, so double click on that. It's going to add it right here below it. So now it says show response. See that? This is the response to the query that goes out to ChatGPT. So anytime this actually, you trigger this, it's going to ask this ChatGPT this question, and then it's going to show the response to you. Now before we actually do that, I'm just going to go up here and name this something. You click on this little title bar, and we're going to say show my stocks, just like that, all right? And then you want to just click off of it, and you're going to see it saves in there. You want to make sure you click off of it first. So first thing we do is we're going to shut this down. Let me just shut that. You can completely shut this program down now, and you're going to see it's up here, right? Now, a couple things you can do with this, and I'll get into this in a second. Well, let me actually just run it first. So very first here, you're going to go ahead and click this little play button. Now watch what happens here. We're going to click it. Now right up here, you're going to see that it's thinking about something up here, and it's going to, it's going to come back with that response in a second. And let me actually minimize this. So it came back with the response. See it right here? And take a look. It gave me the stock here. It gave me the current prices here. And it gave me exactly what I asked for, the daily gain right here. So now it's actually got this little chart here. So if I click done, obviously, it's obviously done up here. But if you go back into ChatGPT, let me actually go shortcuts here. Right over here, I'm sorry. So we're back in here now. Now, obviously, you don't have to open up shortcuts. I mean, you can obviously go ahead and type this into ChatGPT if you wanted to. You got to open it up, type it in every morning. But it's a lot easier to do it this method. So because now that we have this created, all I have to do over here is I can go ahead and right-click on this, and I can go add to doc. See down here, add to doc on the specific program I just created. So I'm going to add it to doc. Now down here, anytime, see it right here? Show my stock. There it is right there. So now anytime I want to get this in the morning, I can click on this. See that? Show my stock. What's going to happen? It's going to trigger the event up here. Let me minimize this again. And it's, depending on the speed of your computer, it takes different times to actually create this. But take a look again. It just created this again for me. So anytime I want those stocks, it'll do it by clicking that button. And long story short, you could have 100 stocks in there, all your stock portfolio. Again, there's easier ways to get this. Maybe you have a stock page and stuff. This is just a quick example, all right? Now, adding things to doc down here is not always the best method. And then we're going to show you 3 other ones, so stay tuned. So I'm going to remove this from the doc, all right? So options, remove from doc, because I don't want a million things in my doc. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to shortcuts. This is the part that's a little bit different. So show my stock here. You can actually take this and drag it over here into menu bar. See it down here where it says menu bar? So drag it into menu bar. It's going to stay here, but if you click on menu bar now, it's going to be shown up in menu bar, all right? Now in macOS Tahoe, it used to be really easy. It used to just show up here on your menu bar automatically. But here, you have to do one extra step. Let me just show you. So what you have to do is you have to click over. See this little thing over here? This is going to be, I don't know what they call this, but when it opens up all of your controls here, go and open this up, go to Edit Controls right there, all right? Inside of Edit Controls, scroll all the way down, and you're going to go all the way down to Shortcuts right here. And then see this little thing right here? It says Show Menu Bar Collection. You want to click that little plus symbol, and then add to Control Center, add to Menu Bar. So add to Menu Bar right there, all right? And then we're going to click Done. Now look what happens. Once I do that, see this little icon that it's created up here? Now whenever I click on this icon, all of my shortcuts are going to just be like this, and I can click on that icon and then click Show My Stock here, just like that, and I can run it. See that? So I can go ahead and run this without opening up shortcuts just by clicking on the menu bar item up here. I'm going to cancel that because we've already run it a couple times. So that's how you do this, all right? So you can easily get access to this. But let me just show you a couple other examples. Okay, for this next one over here, we're going to go to all shortcuts again. We're going to click the plus symbol over here, just like I mentioned. Now this one we're going to say, we're just going to name it right off the bat. Show me financial, can't spell, news. See that? And then I'm going to click off of it like I mentioned before. So what do we do? The first thing we did over here was we typed in use model, all right? And then we're going to go ahead and click on that, double click it. Instead of private cloud compute, we're going to change this to ChatGPT. And then we're going to go over here again, and we're going to type in, if I can remember here, show, look at my typing, it's terrible. Show content, all right? We're going to show content here. Now this time we're going to go ahead and put in a request here in ChatGPT, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this in. Let me just do that. So I'm going to say, can you gather the top 5 financial news stories and show me them listed in order of importance? And then obviously, I did it a little bit different here. I actually put them in and then I put the response in. But again, you can change this to anything you want. You can reopen this program, I'll show you in a second, and change it if it doesn't do it. Sometimes ChatGPT doesn't do it exactly what you want. You just keep changing it until you get the right mix there. So we just created this. We've named it already. and it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and close it. Look at that. So here we go. Show me financial news. Remember, I'm going to go ahead and take this, drag it to my menu bar here, and it's going to be in my menu bar. See it right there. But also, since I set it up over here, you can see it's in this menu bar now. See it? Let me go ahead and shut that down. So here we go. We're going to run this one. Let's see what happens here. It's going to think about this over here. See this little thing up here? And again, depending on the computer, it's going to do that. So it says, as of October 30th, the top financial news stories include, it's going to go through all these different news stories. All right. But I don't like the way it formatted it here. Let's see if we can change that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Shortcuts again. Let me see if I can get back in there. So this time, if we go to all Shortcuts, we're going to see it's right there. You can double click on it. Just don't click the play button, and you can change this, all right? So I'm going to type in here some extra stuff. List as 1 through 5, so they are... You get the idea. I'm just thinking of what I can put here. This may not even work good. So long story short, when you're inside of here, if you hit this play button, it'll run it instead of doing the other stuff. It'll just do a test run. So we're going to put that in there and just do a test run here. So I just clicked it right here. You can see it's thinking up here, and it's going to come back here with something in a second. So here we go. Look at this. So I actually fixed it. Now it's showing me 1 story here, 2 story there, 3 story there, 4 story there, 5 story there, all listed so you can read them easily. And again, since we've added into the menu bar, we can trigger it that way as well. So that's really cool. Let's just do another one here, and then we're going to do 2 more, and then I'm going to wrap this up, and we're going to go through a couple phases here. But stay tuned because I want to get some of your feedback. Okay, for this next one, this gets a little bit more advanced where you can actually do some stuff that's more useful. Take a look. We're on all Shortcuts. We're going to click the plus over here. And this time, again, we're going to go over here. We're going to say right here, use model. Click on it right here. Double click on it. We're going to change this to ChatGPT. This time I'm going to actually put in something kind of cool. I'm going to say, create me a meal and recipe for breakfast today that is under 500 calories and healthy. Show me the details and full recipe and the estimated calories for this recipe. So look at that. That's pretty cool. So the next thing, again, what do we have to do? We have to go over here and we have to say, show content, just like that. We're going to double click on this. It's going to put this response in. We're going to call this over here. Let's just call this, first meal of day, just like that. All right, and we're going to click off of it to save it. There's our little stuff there. So we're going to close this down, and we see it right here. We're going to drag it over to the menu bar. Again, we set that menu bar up, and we're going to go over here, first meal of the day. We're going to run this. Take a look at that. Let me just put this down. So it's thinking about it, all right? Again, you can tweak this if it doesn't give you the results you want. So the beauty of this thing is just go in and start fooling around with everything, and when it spits out something back to you, is it the right format? Is it not the right format? And then you can go ahead and tweak it as you want. Okay, so here we go. Take a look what it came back with. Here's a healthy breakfast menu under 500 calories. Spinach and mushroom egg white scramble with avocado toast. It gives you the ingredients here. It gives you its 485 kcals or calories there. You can say if that's the kind of the European way to do it, but you can do it, if you wanted it in the US, you can tell it that. Here's the instructions even, everything, and then estimated, here's the estimated nutrition. Look at this. It breaks it down by eggs and spinach and everything else, and then it gives you some more stuff here. It says it leaves 150 calories for some wiggle room, and it gives you even an alternative thing you can eat for an extra 150 calories. Totally crazy. All just because I did that with that thing. So, all right. I did another one in here. Here's the 4th one. It's not that advanced. It's actually more simple, but I just wanted to show you this one, for example. Before I did this NFL games one, I actually did everything like I did before NFL Games Sunday, and it says list my NFL games list all the NFL games this Sunday. Maybe you're a football fan. I want to refer to another source. So what happened here is I said list all the NFL games on Sunday, and it kept only giving me some of them. So I kept tweaking this, and eventually I said I don't want to refer to another source. I should have said you to refer to another source, because it kept telling me refer to this source for all of them. I didn't want that. So I actually specifically went in and I changed this to say, I want you to tell me all the games and times. I don't want someone else to tell me. And I had to change that. So I ended up playing this one, and then it came back, and it did actually do a good job at it, but it took me multiple times. But take a look what it came back with. Let me actually minimize this so you can see it here. You can see in here, it came back with this. Now on every Sunday when before the Sunday, because it's obviously going to be the next Sunday, I said, so whenever you click it, it's the Sunday coming up. It's going to show you like 1 p.m. games, Eastern, 4:05 games, here's the Sunday night game. It's going to give you all the games. Again, is this useful? You can get this information other places, of course, but I'm just showing you examples on how you can use it. Okay, so everyone's going to come back and say, well, you can just punch this into ChatGPT. And of course you can do that, all right? So first, a couple things here. This is the very simple, basic 2-minute test here to show you how to do this. Now, this can be applied a whole bunch of different ways, using automations, using formulas, once you query the data, you can re-query it in ChatGPT and keep breaking it down. It's really cool how you can do this all with one automated click. And we'll do that in another video. But just for this really simple test that I just showed you, I want everyone to post in the comments here, how would you use this? Because post the comments and let's upvote the best ideas, because I just gave you 4 of them. But how could you actually use this instead of having to log into ChatGPT, type in your stuff every morning? If you just made these pre-things, had them in your dock or in your menu over there, and you could just click on them whenever you want them. Think of some ideas on just this very simple task here without getting too advanced, how you could actually, give me some ideas. What would this be used for? There's so many reasons. I had people saying like, give them, ideas on when they should take their medication, all this weird stuff. But tell me, and I want to upvote the best one. And then in a couple of videos, I'm not going to do it right away, but maybe in a week or two, I'll do some other videos like this with some more advanced topics. And this gets beyond, the sky's the limit on this. You can go through multiple long programs here, querying all different data from all over the world, and you can just click one button that's going to be in your menu in macOS. It's going to trigger it all instead of having to retype it every day. So it's really cool, and this is brand new, so definitely check it out here. Start learning these basics, and then your mind will start, the wheels will start turning, trust me, and then we'll move on to the, more advanced stuff. All right, we will talk to you the next one. I hope this helps people get more out of their Mac. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.